opposition leader of the Kibaki government, of whom they started together, but he dropped out in the year 2005. And that's when we had the referendum. Then 2007, the most brutal and the worst thing ever happened in Kenya. The 2007 election violence took center stage. And as a result of one of the mediators from Africa, Kofi Annan, he came and brought the two individuals, Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga, came on board to share the government, where Raila Odinga was the prime minister and Kibaki was the president. Before that, Kibaki came into presidency. We saw that Raila Odinga had been a long-standing and staunch opposition leader of the former president, the second president of Kenya after Uhuru Kenyatta, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, may the Lord rest his soul in eternal peace, and also Kibaki as well. He was tortured by the regime for 9 years at the Nyayo House, and he vehemently campaigned for the multi-partyism. And we find that the former president, the second president of Kenya, who is now the late president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, paved the way for multi-partyism, and that's when we see Raila Amolo Odinga trying to bid for presidency since 1997. The multi-partyism was launched in the year 1992 when there was the repeal of Section 2A by the president, the then president, the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, and he repealed Section 2A to allow the way for multi-partyism. The year 1997 was very pivotal for so many Kenyans at that time because they had fought for multi-partyism. We see the likes of Kenneth Matiba, James Sorengo, and all these other politicians who came into being so as to ensure that Kenya goes into the direction of true democracy. He has been fighting vehemently to ensure that democracy becomes the pillar of the country. And he has been said to be the father of devolution. He has been said to have brought the second liberation movement. The last time he bid for presidency was in the year 2022, and he had enormous support from the Kenyan people, plus the media, plus the stakeholders, and they had hopes that he would make Kenya a better place than it is today. But destiny did not align to his will because he was quashed. He was defeated by the now President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Samoei Ruto. The moment President William Samoei Ruto jetted into presidency, aside his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, who now stands to be impeached and replaced by Professor Kithure Kindiki, the former Prime Minister has been very vocal, very vocal against the Ruto government, voicing the fact that the electorate that voted him in are anxious and waiting to see whether the economy is going to change. And you remember that when President William Ruto was campaigning, he was campaigning with the mindset and telling the Kenyan people that he is going to ensure that the mama mbogas and the border people are taken care of in matters to do with pesa mikononi. So we see that in the year 2022, there was a lot of political activity. There was a lot of political activity. At that time, Professor Kithure Kindiki was the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. There was a lot of back and forth between the Raila Odinga supporters and the government of UDA. At that time, there was a lot of backlash. Now, as we continue to reiterate on the political life of the former Prime Minister who is now bidding for AUC, you can see on the screens live at Addis Ababa, people are waiting for, the government is waiting.
Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga of Kenya,
Amolo
ladies and
Odinga
gentlemen.
has just arrived. Let us just go back and watch Raila Amolo
the
Odinga,
candidate of the African Union
who is the
chairperson,
candidate of AUC.
Right Honorable Raila.